education until we say no to lead. We have to address the issues that are impacting our children. Education, employment, housing, and health. The cure? Lead. The cure for black trauma is justice. Our justice is addressing the lead issue. Address it today. Don't promise you're going to do it. Do it. Go back when you're not the mayor, when you're not elected. Go back to your folks and tell them, you need to address this now. Like, don't just run a race. If you're serious about running, if politics is in your blood and it's who you are and it's from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, then that means politics doesn't end with a race. This race is a race that these parents have to run every single day. This young woman was poisoned. She's telling you how it impacts her and her children. Mr. Wade lost his son, 24 years old. This is your race. This is not for today. This is not for the photo op. This is not for the news. This is for real. This is real life. This is what happens with people when their children are poisoned. Why should we have had to even form the Cleveland Land Safe Network? Why does CLASH exist? It exists because we didn't get what we were supposed to get from this building. So what is to make us think that the next administration is going to give us what we didn't get? Our babies are being impacted every single day, people. Every single day. And we can talk about it. We can talk about it every day. But I don't want to talk about it. I want you to do something about it. Do something about it. Make sure that no more parents have to cry because their babies don't start to walk when they're supposed to. When their babies don't start to talk when they're supposed to. When their babies are violent and are able to shove adults and shove keys and do other things. When their babies are in school and they can't figure out what's wrong with them. We can fix all of that. You have the power. You have people that are going to vote for you. Everybody's going to get votes. But what are you going to do after that vote? What are you going to do after this election? That's what matters more than any election. Where do you stand when the community needs you most? Are you willing to stand with with us only during election time? Or are you willing to stand with us when the rubber meets the road? Are you willing to sit with parents who are crying because they can't get the services that they need for their babies? Are you willing to go and tell people that your child is not autistic because of autism, because of that spectrum? They're autistic because of lead. You have a young man now who we're saying, oh, he has autism. And they think it's directly tied to lead poisoning. Why? Look, y'all can run for office. I ran for office. Okay. What you gonna do next? That's what matters. What you gonna do tomorrow? We know what you said today, but where do you stand tomorrow?
So again, tonight, the members of Black Lives Matter in Cuyahoga County, Black on Black Crime Incorporated, and CLASH, Cleveland Lead Advocates for Safe Housing, will be sleeping at Cleveland City Hall, 601 Lakeside Avenue. We'll be sleeping out on the lawn to make sure our leaders understand that it's unacceptable for them to continue to ignore this problem. As Erica Jarvis said, it's not a difficult problem. Everyone knows what to do. But we need leaders who will execute the will of the people. We need leaders who will do the right thing. So can I just get a couple of everyone do the right thing, because it's that simple. We need our leaders to do the right thing. 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 Thank you to Congressman Kucinich. Thank you to Candidate Justin Bibb. Thank you to Councilman Zach Reed. Thank you to Danny Graves for showing up. And thanks to everyone that showed up. Again, you cannot have government of, by, and for the people without the involvement of the people. And we do it. I'm sorry, now one more candidate. Would you? Ayat Amin. Thank you. You're running in Ward 3. You're running in Ward 7. And these three gentlemen are running for mayor of Cleveland. Thank you, everybody. Is there anybody else who
Thank you.
who wants to address the crowd?
No, who are the people that are running?
It's hard to follow people.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You follow me, so you're not following me.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayat Amin. I'm a candidate for Cleveland City Council in Ward 3, and I'm running as an environmentalist. And this issue that all these activists are talking about today is the heart of why we're running. When I first planned to come here today, I was going to tell you about how a few years ago, my father's house received a letter from the city saying that we can no longer drink the tap water because it had lead pollution. And I still remember that terror of holding that letter and thinking, I'm an adult, what does lead pollution look like an adult? And I knew about these issues, but unfortunately, I'll be honest, I didn't care I didn't act on it until it affected me personally. But the thing is we don't need more stories like that for us to care. We need less stories like that. We need to take the action that they're all talking about. And they have really good policies that are just the beginning of actually addressing the lead pollution crisis here in here in Cleveland. So we have it worse than Flint, actually, as you said earlier. What I will say is I would only add to your policies two things. One, when we do get to City Hall and implement those policies, we should be really transparent about the data and making sure that when these policies are passed, we're actually enacting them. The recent ordinance, we found out that we were expecting thousands of houses, safety certifications to come in. And I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but less than 100 certifications actually came in. So what are things you can do? Landlords, set in your certifications now. Go get that process now. If you're a renter, ask your landlord now if they're planning on doing the certification process. If you need help with the financing for that process, I believe CUHA has funding for that, right? They have already done the groundwork to help us take action towards this process. And you're right, it's not just us running for office and doing things. There are things that we can be doing now before the election to actually take action on this. Thank you for advocating for this and being here, and thank you for creating space for this conversation.
Thank you guys.
Everybody? Okay. So you want to shut down?
Hey, thanks for coming, everyone. Listen, we're gonna be here tonight. If there's anyone that wants to drop off a pizza or a pop or some ice cream, but let me just say, in all seriousness, black on black crime, Black Lives Matter in Cuyahoga County and Clash, it's kind of nice that we're becoming this family. We did this event 2 years ago, and we're doing it again tonight. And I would just say that anyone who wants to get involved, and I guess I can send this message out to pastors and to teachers. Please just talk to your kids and talk to your congregation about getting involved politically. Even if you can get them to promise to participate in something for 1 hour out the year or 5 hours out the year, because it's becoming more and more obvious that our leaders aren't really doing the right thing. And when our leaders fail us, then government, democracy is ruled by the people. So at some point we do have to look in the mirror and say, well, you know what? We can keep pointing our finger at City Hall, but are we doing our part? We need more people to get involved, and I'm not asking you to do a whole lot. Just commit to 1 hour of activism. Commit to 1 hour of protest next year. 2022 is gonna be a big election. We need everyone to come out and vote. And so today, I don't like to beg, but I'm begging everybody, every minister in the city of Cleveland, and every teacher and every parent, please ask your kids to get involved. Donate 1 hour to a cause, whether it's Clash, Black on Black Crime, Incorporated Black Lives Matter in Cuyahoga County, Clevelanders for Citizens for a Safer Cleveland. We need you to get involved because that's the only way we're gonna win this battle. We need the power of the people. Fred Hampton said it, wherever there's people, there's power. God bless you, thank you for coming.